Murphy is a Detroit cop on vacation in Beverly Hills.
I just got off the phone with an Inspector Todd in Detroit. He says if you're out here investigating the Tandino murder, you needn't bother coming back.
I don't want to take it anymore.
For a man who claims to be on vacation, you look a lot like you're on a stakeout.
Stakeout? No. I'm picnicking. This is like a picnic area. I have to ask you some questions about Michael Tandino.
Hey folks, Jim from the Rewind, and I'm here to review the film Beverly Hills Cop. Eddie Murphy stars as Axel Foley, a young, talented but reckless Detroit police detective who doesn't follow by the book, creating problems for his boss, Inspector Todd. When Axel's old friend Mickey returns to Detroit for a visit and is murdered, Axel takes some vacation time and heads to Beverly Hills, California to ask some questions and find out who was Mickey working for and who wanted him dead and why. Given a stern warning by Beverly Hills Police Chief Andrew Bogomil, played by Ronnie Cox, to stay out of trouble, Axel enlists the help of his mutual friend Jenny Summers, played by Lisa Eilbacher, Sergeant John Taggett, played by John Ashton, and Detective Billy Rosewood, played by Judge Reinhold. Beverly Hills Cop is one of those happy little accidents where everything came into place and the original vision was changed, but it's all better for it. Even director Martin Brest allowed the fate of a coin flip to be the deciding factor if he would direct the film or not. The original draft of the script, which would go on to be nominated for Best Original Screenplay, went through several redrafts after several actors joined and left the project. When Stallone was attached, the character of Jenny Summers was supposed to be a love interest, but 2 weeks before shooting started, Stallone left what was supposed to be a harder-edged flick. Soon after, Murphy came on board in his first leading role, prompting massive rewrites around Murphy's comedic talents. With encouragement from the director, Murphy, along with the rest of the cast, had the freedom to improvise, with several comedic bits making the final cuts. With the cast and crew unable to contain their laughter, this improvisation would ruin several takes. One scene features actor John Ashton pinching his face and looking down, appearing frustrated during Murphy's super cop monologue. As it turns out, Ashton was actually laughing.
Taggart, would you mind explaining to me what you and Rosewood were doing in a strip bar out of our jurisdiction when you were still on duty?
Sir, before you chastise these two officers, I think it's something you should know. The only reason that they were at a strip bar was because they were tailing me and I went to this place. Now, these two officers were sitting outside wondering what I was doing. I wasn't having a good time. I'm into things like that. Anyway, these guys waited outside, and the only reason that they came in was because they saw two suspicious-looking gentlemen with bulges in their jackets going into the place. Well, it turns out that these guys were going to commit a robbery, sir. These men watched them, waited for them to make their move, and then they foiled the crime. I did not know what was going on. I was watching the show having fun. I'm still freaked out by it. You must have a sixth sense. I don't know what you teach these fellows, but they're not just regular cops, okay? They're super cops. And the only thing missing on these guys are capes.
Is this what really happened?
No, sir.
Though I believe only some of the opening shots were actually filmed in Detroit, Brest and his team made a convincing depiction of the city in some of the latter scenes. They're also well contrasted from the scenes in Beverly Hills. A lot of what makes up Beverly Hills Cop is its memorable soundtrack, from Patti LaBelle's Stir It Up to Glenn Frey's The Heat Is On, played in the opening credits. And who could forget Harold Faltermeyer's classic Beverly Hills Cop theme. It's also rare to see an action film filled with so many notable performances and personalities. Though it would have been interesting to see an interracial relationship between Axel and Jenny, which even today is still rare in Hollywood, I like how the film doesn't force a generic love interest. Ronnie Cox is likable and understanding as Bogomil, who tries to follow by the rules, and like Taggart and Rosewood, he's got to answer someone higher. As Taggart and Rosewood, Ashton and Reinhold are like the perfect married couple. Stephen Burkoff and Jonathan Banks add the necessary slime in the bad guy department. Burkoff is fairly chill as Victor Maitland, a local art dealer who hired Mickey as a favor to Jenny, and Jonathan Banks is equally intimidating as Zach, Victor's right-hand man and murderer of Mickey. Bronson Pinchot is also hilarious as Serge, one of Jenny's eccentric co-workers. Though he had the film 48 hours under his belt, the casting of Murphy was an inspired one that reshaped the film into something else. While Murphy's most recent flick, 1,000 Words, was a box office failure, Beverly Hills Cop was the highest-grossing R-rated comedy for 25 years. It was #1 at the box office for 13 consecutive weeks. With Murphy's iconic laugh and charisma, a great supporting cast, coherent action sequences, and a terrific soundtrack, it's no wonder why Beverly Hills Cop has aged so well that even my dad can quote a line before it's even spoken. That's it for the Movie Rewind. Have a good day, folks. Until next time.
Cover me. Police! You're all under arrest! You do that again, I'll shoot you myself.
Eddie Murphy, Beverly Hills Cop.
And then another